Welcome, my friends. How you guys doing? This is Cosmic Boogeyman, and we are back with another tarot deep dive. Yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. If you haven't been with me before, think about becoming a subscriber. Think about becoming a member. But yeah, this is the cosmic gear. It turns time. It turns fate. It turns consequence. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't. It doesn't actually affect your ability to do much, because what it does is just keeps moving and moving and moving. It really has to keep aligning with your life. If you haven't been with me before, think about hitting that like button. Think about hanging around here, because this cosmic cog is here to enlighten you. It really asks three questions. When I look at this card, it really says, where am I on the wheel? And when I see this card, it asks me, where am I going? Where am I rising? Where am I falling? But the last question, how do I ride? How do I get there? But if it's upside down, why am I being crushed by it? Because it spins and it keeps spinning and it keeps spinning. And what I look at on this wheel, because there's so much depth inside of here, is there's so much symbolism inside this wheel in this how do I say this outer circle. It represents the material reality. And I'm not even sure how to present this, because I'm looking at this energy and I want to say, like, I'll break it down like this. The outer circle represents that material reality. The inner spokes suggest those like spiritual laws and those energies that come across. But the turning motion never stops. It keeps going and going and going for perpetuity. The center wheel symbolizes that stillness amidst all of that change, all of that chaos that happens in our life. But that hub, that center hub, is our soul. It never stops. It's the unmoving observer. It just keeps going, life after life after life. And that rim is the external world. It's always moving and pushing us and keeping us going. We have to live in that rim. We have to live in that chaos. And that's, unfortunately, we have to live with that. But what echoes back to us is that dharma, those wheels, that Kabbalistic energy, right? And when we move into this alchemic hub, we'll see the mercury, the mind, the sulfur, the spirit, the water, the emotion, the salt, the matter. But what happens is, this is essentially the philosophical, oh my lordy lord, the philosophical stone. It's the change. It's the alchemical change at the scale of what we look at, because this wheel is, it's this ascent into matter. And as we spin the wheel, you'll notice Anubis on here, right? And you'll see the red. You'll see the Sphinx on the very top, the riddle of balance. You'll see a sword on here with the sword of discernment. You'll see some hidden details with the Sphinx hiding. But what happens is that this is the trial, the resolution, the full circle of initiation. And you'll see four winged beings in the corners here holding these books. Each holds these books, and their books they're not closed, they're open, because we're studying, we're updating. That future is where we're opening these books and we're participating, right? And we have these directions, and the infinity is doubled, because each book has a left and a right. We have the option to go, and they're clouded because we don't know. We have this option. And that's why when I read for you, I can't tell you exactly, because we have the blue, we have the gold, right? We have the blue for law, the gold for grace or destiny, the blue for the listening, the red for action or catalyst. And this has a whole lot of energy inside of this one card. When I dial into this energy, what's hidden is this: if you trace that red to blue to gold, it cycles that manifestation, right? And that's how I dial in. When I see this card, and you'll see, and I just recently pulled this for somebody, and when I pull this, and because I use 6 tarot decks, if I pull this multiple times, it's showing me you could have this. If I pull this 3 times over, it's the act of listening, receiving, or transceiving. But what we get is the expansion, the timing. It's essentially giving us the energy which you hold and release, right? Because there's Hebrew letters inside of here, and the destiny of grasping that energy. Once something is in your hand, not clenched, it's proving the manifestation. For me, myself, and I've actually just gone through this. As you witness, as you see on the channel here, I have 100,000 subscribers. It's one of those things. As you go through these manifestations, ask yourself, what did you manifest recently? What did you create? You said, I am going to make this happen, and it happened. We do it all the time. This is just one moment of creation, right? When you have this happen, you go through these moments of creation and you flow in and out, rise and fall. The wheel is a visible rhythm that we go through all the time because we rotate this wheel up and down. Some people say, well, it's luck. It's really the cause that's compounded. It arrives at one time and it has to come. But you planted these seeds, right? You go through these cycles. As I read for people live, I can see these seeds. I don't know why or how, but I see these seeds and they come out because it's that little hidden details that pop in these cards, these little symbols. And I see them because you don't resist. You want this wheel of fortune. We want this luck. We want this good fortune, these seeds to happen. And all you have to do is keep watering them, nurturing them, right? And that's what comes in. And that Anubis energy, or that bad energy, or that chaos energy, that's the stuff that we have to shift away from. And we phase shift nothing, right? It's essentially gives us that moment of clarity, or gets us that moment of hope. And as you get through that energy, or gets beyond that energy, it's I guess you call it an esoteric layer. It links to that eternal cycle, the Ouroboros, right? As it keeps rolling and growing, it's a snake eating its tail, right? The Anubis energy. But those four creatures on the corners, those are the alchemical elements, and what they're doing is they're eating its tail, creating. But what it's really doing, it's the material illusion. Like, think about something you bought, and it's that short-lived happiness that goes through there, and you're like, I'm so happy I bought this. I'm so happy I have this new thing, right? A phone, a television, a vehicle. You buy it, you're like, I need it. I'm going to get it today, and you drive it home. You're like, I'm so happy I have this. And within a day, you're like, I got it. And you don't, it's short-lived. But gratitude, generosity, vision, manifestation, the release of ego or clutter. How much does that last? How long does that feel good? That's this card. That's what's hiding inside these clouds. The control, the model, the conservative energy of you becoming more powerful. What you're doing is you're turning into a merciful creature, and that's what happens inside of this Wheel of Fortune. And that's what happens because you're letting the energy feed the soil, and you're becoming a teacher of this rhythm. And you're saying, I know I can bless my own generosity. And what you're doing is you're preparing for this timing. It's, as we have always heard the story, it's the creature who prepares for the winter, right? It's the one who puts their nuts in the tree and says, I'm going to prepare. It's that. It's this isn't luck. It's being coherent to the opportunities that are coming. You're not resistant to you're not being afraid. You're not being worrisome. This is you opening your own book and reading it and saying, I know what I'm here to do. As you open that book and you become more aware, you're having faith in your own story. The Wheel of Fortune is reminding us that life moves in sacred cycles. Your power isn't to free the will, it's to dance with it. How many of you, make a comment below, how many of you gone through this? How many of you fought against the wheel? How many of you, and I purposely have fought against this wheel. As this wheel is like, it makes me question, as it makes me go backwards, can I force the wheel? And you'll see the number 10 in here. It links it back to the magician, which is what? The manifestation. This card belongs to the archetype of fate, destiny, cycles. It's constant motion. Nothing will ever stay the same. When you see this card in your own readings, make sure you're aware of that, because this is the symbolization of wholeness. This is the four corners depicting the zodiac of Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. Those four energies and those four corners represent those elements. What it's telling us is it's getting us into that winged energy, giving us the eternal wisdom of those divine signs. It's to rise, fall, rise again. Don't worry. It's okay. You'll get back up. The wheel will always keep spinning, right? It's when we don't want to keep falling, right? It's, oh, I don't want to keep falling. But what happens when we live on the rim of that chaos is the hub of peace, because we have to come back to peace. With chaos comes peace. That's what has always been taught. That's what's been taught in all of these temples, right? And that's what's been taught to all of us. And what I look at and I see, and most people will ignore Anubis, it's to guide the souls through transition, through the rising and falling. It's a symbol of rebirth. And don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of what comes in. Don't be afraid of what is absolutely pushing you to evolve. Because when we see the snake, and you actually see a snake here on the left-hand side, don't be afraid of that. Because that's spirit into matter energy, right? And when I go into this energy, and when I see this energy, what it's telling me and it's telling you, it wants you to be evolved. It wants you to be, it wants you to ask, what is happening? What phase are you in right now? Are you in the rising? Are you in the crest? Are you in the falling? What are you going into? What phase are you happening to? What phase are you happening to be in right now? What are you aligned with right now? Okay, it's okay to go through these phases, but understand when you have the Wheel of Fortune, it is always good. It is always good. Upside down, inside out, it is always good. It's telling you that you're being blessed. But timing might not be right, and that's okay. We're not aligned yet. That's okay. If you're not aligned, you're not aligned just quite yet. So I ask you, my friends, as always, if this has aligned with you, if you have learned something from this, please do me a favor. If this has lit a spark for you, please like, subscribe, ring that bell, or join me at the lives. I enjoy doing these deep dives for you. In Cosmic Collective, I will see you at the next live reading, or be sure to connect to me at Cosmic Collective. At the Cosmic Collective, be sure to join me at cosmicboogeyman.com, or I'll see you on the next one. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you. Peace.